big moves in almost every market today, from equities, treasuries, and it's all about the Fed's easy money policy. Courtney Donahoe has the latest from the New York Stock Exchange, where traders riding a big-time rally today.
Exactly. The Dow up 219 points, and this comes one day after the Fed announcing plans to buy $600 billion in treasuries to boost the economy, but also the ECB signaling it's likely to stick with its exit strategy and will decide for further steps next month. So the big story, the dollar, the potential lack of change from the ECB, and the aggressive action from the Fed putting continuing pressure on the dollar, and that pushing commodities to a two-year high. Gold futures hitting a record, the hedge against inflation. So we saw materials and energy stocks leading the way in Thursday's trading. And also, Mayor Tarlow of Raven Securities, he's here on the floor. He's telling me that financials, with the potential dividend increases, that's a great kicker to the market. Wall Street Journal reporting that the Fed is expected to let strong banks raise their cash payouts. But we got a few strong earnings reports. Qualcomm gaining after profit and sales forecasts topped analyst estimates. The increasing popularity of smartphones benefiting the mobile chip maker. Big gain for Whole Foods, fourth quarter earnings doubling and the company raising its profit forecast. I also got to mention the retailers, those stocks moving higher today. Discounts bringing customers into the stores, sales increasing, but not as strong as what we saw in September. Some of the bright spots were the Gap, the Limited, Saks, and Neiman Marcus. But again, the main focus for everyone here on the floor, that's a government jobs report coming up tomorrow. Everyone's looking ahead to that, Pim.
Now, Courtney, take a look at some technical analysis. For example, Dow theory. It seems that stocks could continue to rise. Was today the beginning of more gains for equities?
Yeah, well, according to Dow theory, we could see stocks continue that run. The Dow yesterday surpassing its previous 2010 high. That was the April 26 closing high. That's a day after the Dow Transports achieved the same milestone, closing above its May high. Now, looking at Dow theory, gains by both the transports and the main benchmark beyond their most recent peaks confirm that stocks can continue to rally. That's a buy signal there, Pim.
Now, Courtney, MTV going back to the future. They're bringing back some classic shows. It seems like yesterday. Just why?
Yeah, well, who would have thought we would have seen the Headbangers Ball or Yo MTV Raps again? I used to love that show. Well, MTV considering producing new internet versions of classic MTV shows from the past. I guess it was just a matter of time. There were reports this summer that Beavis and Butthead were coming back, so I guess this has to be the next step. But they're testing the idea with the long-running Unplugged. The station said the internet is providing them now with a similar opportunity to what happened to MTV in the early days. And they're aiming to convince Prince, Kanye, Radiohead, the Kings of Leon to perform on Unplugged. And maybe they could get your favorite Pim Morrissey to come back and sing The More You Ignore Me, The Closer I Get, or You're the One for Me, Fatty. But I personally would kill to see you too.
I thought you were going to tell me about the Kingston Trio. All right, I want to thank you very much. Courtney Donahoe reporting from the New York Stock Exchange.